Number 32, Wham! By Lil Baby. Marketed as a comeback, Wham! Who hard as me lands his autopilot trap at its most lifeless. Lil Baby sounds bored and monotone, recycling the same flows over bland, washed out beats. While the guests consistently outshine him, when your own feature carries the album, something's gone wrong. Number 31, Deep Dots by Lil Durk. Marketed as a mature, introspective pivot, Deep Thoughts instead sinks into monotony. Nearly every track rides the same sleepy piano loops, overused auto-tune crooning, and recycled melodies, making the album blur together fast. The deep lyrics rarely go past surface-level cliches, and Dirk's performances sound tired and disengaged. For Dirty, Ricochet by Rise Against. Once known for real punk urgency and political bite, Rise Against delivered their most corporate and lifeless album, yet Ricochet is loud and polished, but completely empty. Arena rock choruses, recycled protest slogans, and tired vocals with none of the fire that once defined the band. It's Rebellion by Committee, big hooks, shiny production, and zero danger. What used to feel urgent now sounds like music written for commercials and festival backdrops. Number 29, I Hope You're Happy by Big X The Plug. This one hurts. Instead of building on his gritty Texas trap momentum, Big X The Plug swerves hard into a country rap crossover that feels forced, hollow, and painfully corny. The album plays like a Nashville radio experiment where Big X is barely the main character. Near every song follows the same tire formula, country singer hook. Big X slurs. Repeat. By the midpoint, it's all heartbreak cliches, twangy gloss, and washed out 808s. Whatever authenticity he had gets buried under radio ready polish. Number 28, Some Sexy Songs for You by Party Next Door and Drake. Marketed as a sleek, romantic R&B joint, but it mostly lands as a bloated 70-plus minute slog. At 21 tracks, the album drags hard, recycling early 2010s Drake's sad boy aesthetics without the songwriting or emotion that once made that era work. Drake sounds tuned out, Party Next Door is oddly silent for a so-called joint album, and too many songs blur together into sleepy R&B wallpaper. What's meant to feel intimate often comes off as self-pitying or straight-up awkward. Number 27, Country by Hardy. Hardy leans way too hard into the country about country gimmick. What starts as a wink turns into a 20-track slug of chest-dumping slogans, rock-polished twang, and hooks you've already heard 100 times. Marketed as a return to country, the album often feels more like a rock bro and a cowboy hat than anything rooted in real storytelling or emotion. It's loud, glossy, and occasionally catchy, but painfully samey, overly long, and exhausting. Number 26, The Waterboys present Rips from the Cutting Room Floor by The Waterboys. This one does exactly what the title warns you about. And that's the problem. Rips from the Cutting Room Floor feels less like an album, more like a bundle of bonus tracks, vignettes, and half-finished ideas that should have stayed as extras. As a companion piece for hardcore fans, sure. As a front-to-back album experience, it's uneven, stop-start, and often frustrating. Number 25, Billet by Borondo. Billet's long-awaited debut ends up feeling less like an album and more like a 26-track playlist dump built to feed streaming algorithms. There are a few breezy moments early on, but the sheer length, lack of identity, and non-stop sameness turned Borondo into a slogfest. 24, Essex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll by Bilk. Bilk doubles down on lash chaos and ends up sounding less rebellious and more try-hard. What used to feel cheeky now just feels exhausting, like being stuck next to the loudest bloke in the smoking area all night. Number 23, Face Full of Cake by Spin Doctors. The Spin Doctors' long-awaited return should have been a fun nostalgia ride. Instead, Face Full of Cake arrives as a confused, uneven comeback that can't decide what it wants to be. Throwback funk rock, goofy novelty jams, or faux tough guy garage rock. Number 22, Murder During Drug Traffic by Boldy James and Rich Gaines. This was one of the most disappointing releases of the year. Boldy James is normally one of the safest bets in underground rap, but Murder During Drug Traffic lands as a rare misfire. Dragged down by murky production, lethargic pacing, and some of the dullest performances of his career. Number 21, A Written Testimony, Leaflets by Jay Electronica. Taiga. What should have been a triumphant return turned into one of the most baffling self-sabotages of the year. Leafits feels less like a rap project and more like a conspiracy lecture playlist, packed with skits, speeches, and tone-deaf bars that derail any momentum. Number 20, Love Is Like by Maroon 5. Marketed as a big return to form, Love Is Like instead confirms what many listeners already feared. Maroon 5's creative spark is long gone. This album is slick, lifeless, and painfully manufactured. A batch of glossy pop demos stitched together for playlists rather than made with any real passion or purpose. Adam Levine sounds completely drained throughout, relying on squeaky falsettos and heavy autotune that strip away whatever charisma he once had. The lyrics are especially rough, packed with cringe cliches and empty metaphors that feel like they came straight from a bad romance generator. Even the promised return to soul vibes are sanitized into bland mall pop with zero bite. The features don't help either. Lil Wayne's appearance in the title track is awkward, Sexy Red's verse feels phoned in, and even Lisa's cameo barely registers thanks to weak songwriting and mixing. At just 28 minutes, the album still managed to feel padded and pointless. Number 19, Peterson by Tory Lanez. Recorded largely behind bars, Peterson was framed as a focused, defiant statement. Instead, it lands as an 86-minute grievance dump. Bloated, tone-deaf, and obsessed with self-martyrdom over songwriting. Even reviewers who made the production knocks agree the album drowns in score settling, manosphere pandering, and wild contradictions. Churchy please 1 minute, sleazy flexes the next. Number 18, Ferkser Volume 10, Sagrado by Feed. Marketed as bold, sacred reinvention, Ferkser Volume 10 Sagrado lands like a rushed demo dump, bloated, repetitive, and weirdly undercooked. Critics and fans alike called it Feed's most disappointing release. The same reggaeton loops on repeat, cringe bars, sloppy mixes, and way too much filler masquerading as vision. Number 17, American Heart by Benson Boone. Marketed as a big, emotional follow-up to Beautiful Things, American Heart instead landed as overproduced, shallow, and gimmicky pop rock. Critics and listeners slammed it for over-the-top screaming vocals, cringe lyrics, and hollow Americana cosplay that gestures at meaning without ever delivering it. 16, Sex Hysteria by Jesse Murph. Marketed as bold and cathartic, Sex Hysteria mostly lands as bloated, repetitive, and cringe-heavy. The genre mash, trap pop, country pop, and moody ballads never gels, and the over-the-top delivery wears thin fast. Number 15, ADHD 2 by Joyner Lucas. Nobody asked for an ADHD sequel, and unfortunately, ADHD 2 proves why. Joyner's technical speed is still there, but it's buried under corny therapy skits, cheap production, and over-dramatic victim bars that feel recycled and exhausting. Fast forwarding can't save weak ideas. Number 14, Massa by Young Boy Never Broke Again. At 30 tracks in over 90 minutes, Massa is the definition of quantity over quality. What should have been a focused statement turns into an endurance test packed with recycled trap beats, blurred hooks, and way too much filler. There are flashes of the raw Young Boy energy fans love, but they're buried under monotony and over output. Number 13, UI Scooty by Young Doug. This was supposed to be a redemption arc. Instead, UI Scooty lands as a chaotic, bloated, and tone-deaf mess that mistakes shock value and virality for actual creativity. At 75 minutes long, the album feels like an endurance test, packed with filler, recycled trap ideas, and gimmicks that distract more than they impress. The weird mystique that once made Duggar exciting is mostly gone, replaced by tired autotune, flat flows, and desperate attempts to trend. Number 12, NSFW by Taiga. Marketed as provocative and boundary pushing, NSFW lands is one of 2025's most embarrassing rap releases. It's repetitive, shallow, and painfully uninspired. Shock value without substance. Number 11, Kiss the Machine by Puddle of Mudd. If Kiss the Machine proves anything, it's that longevity doesn't equal relevance. This album feels less like a comeback and more like a contractual obligation. Dated post-grunge riffs, clean lyrics, and a vocal performance that actively works against the songs. Number 10, Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. Alright, here we fucking go. Even in Arcadia is what happens when a band gets so high on their own mythos that they forget how to write a song that actually hits. It's glossy, overproduced, self-serious as hell, and somehow still boring. Every track is trying to be a moment, but mostly feels like a playlist of half-baked ideas duct taped together with expensive polish and fake drama. Sleep Token keeps teasing heaviness like they're about to rip your head off. Then they swerve into sterile pop trap bullshit that has all the soul of a corporate elevator playlist. The genre blending isn't genius. It's whiplash. And the constant epic posturing, it stops being cinematic and starts feeling fucking exhausting. Number 9, Lost Americana by Machine Gun Kelly. This album is a full-on fucking disaster. Lost Americana sounds like MGK rated a classic Lost playlist, copied everything he liked, and then duct taped it together with corny-ass lyrics, fake Americana vibes, and zero actual identity. Nearly every track is biting someone else's shit. Not inspired by, straight up ripping off. Third Eye Blind, The Strokes, Goo Goo Dolls, Kate Bush, Springsteen cosplay. It's all there, and it's all done worse. Pitchfork wasn't kidding when they called this thing deeply cursed. The genre hopping is a mess. Country 1 minute, pop punk the next, emo rap, synth rock, acoustic sad boy bullshit. None of it fits together. It's like listening to a dude panic search for relevance in real time. And the lyrics? Holy fuck. Absolute Facebook caption tier barbs. Rehab talk, cocaine bragging, vampire roleplay, fake emotional breakthroughs, all undercut by lines so stupid they make you laugh when you're supposed to feel something. Every time the album almost gets sincere, MGK torpedoes it with some dumbass MGK-isms.